Whoa, America. Y'all know it's like Super Tube, and we have some breaking news for y'all. America, this is Wacky right here. Reports are coming out today saying that United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson was reportedly slain, fatally wounded today in New York City. Now, this wasn't an average shooting either, America. He was taken out in cold blood early in the morning in New York City at right before 7 a.m. The shooter approached from behind with a silencer like Hitman, fatally wounded Brian and popped at him 3 times, and then he dipped off on a city bike several meters away. Now, I'm not gonna lie, y'all, this kind of sounds like the Cash App situation that happened earlier in the year with Bob Lee, or towards the end of the last year. This happened on a busy street as he was leaving an upscale hotel, y'all. This is wild. Now, before we get into this man was the CEO of one of the biggest healthcare providers, United Healthcare. And they're saying that he was in New York for a business meeting and at some point was set to testify at some point in the future. Now, I'm not sure how true that is, but other sources are saying that United Healthcare has been doing some very interesting things behind the scenes as well. The stock price been booming up. There's also sources saying that they were using predictive technology to deny claims while boosting profits. Also, United is one of the companies that refuse and deny claims the most according to this list. America, this is one of the wildest situations I've seen this whole year. Peep what the reporters are saying. Peep this.
And that he was making his way across the street before 7 a.m. and that this gunman had been there for a few minutes and had been waiting for him and shot him from behind. He then, according to police, fled on foot up the road through an alleyway where he picked up this e-bike, a city bike is what they're called here in Manhattan, and then fled on the bike into Central Park. One of the remaining questions is whether or not that bike had been staged there. Those bikes are hooked up to gates that you have to have an account and a reservation to actually take one of those bikes. So it's a little unclear how he would have been able to just grab them, but that is apparently what he did. And leaving Brian Thompson behind, he was rushed to Roosevelt Hospital, one of the nearby hospitals, where he was pronounced dead. Morgan.
Stephanie, we know Thompson has been CEO of United Healthcare since April of 2021. He's been with the company since 2004. Our colleagues at CNBC are reporting that his wife said her husband had received some threats recently, and the company is just out with a statement now. Stephanie, tell us what they're saying.
Sure. I just want to make reference to that to that conversation with the wife, though, just briefly, Vicky. That was one of our reporters from our digital team here at NBC News who spoke to his wife, Paulette Thompson, who obviously was very upset and said that he had received threats that she said may have been over issues over coverage. Insurance coverage, because that's the company that he works for. Let me just quickly say United Healthcare says that in a statement, we are deeply saddened and shocked at the passing of our dear friend and colleague. Their conference, Vicky, has been canceled.
Thompson was fatally shot in Manhattan. I believe that Brian Thompson was targeted. This was an assassination. But why? Well, I'm sure a lot of theories are going to come out over the next couple days as what this guy was into. But one of the ones that's not really been talked about, and it's really hard to find out, obviously because he was shot, was that United Healthcare and Brian Thompson, the CEO, they were all under investigation from the DOJ. The DOJ is suing United Healthcare because they are trying to buy Amnodize, which is the giant home healthcare company. That's not why investors and people of power would be upset. The reason that they are upset is because United Healthcare knew that it was coming under investigation, and instead of calling its investors and the people that are invested in their company and letting them know, hey, this investigation's coming down the pipe, you probably should sell your stock, CEO Brian Thompson and Chief Accounting Officer Tom Ruse had sold all their stock off. Actually, a lawsuit from an unnamed defendant against Brian Thompson and United Healthcare as a whole for doing this exact thing and causing the plaintiff, who again is unnamed, to lose millions and millions of dollars. Stating that United Healthcare was aware of the DOJ investigation since at least October 2023, and instead of disclosing the material investigation to investors and the public, United Health sold more than $120 million of personally held United Healthcare shares. 4 months between learning about the DOJ investigation and the investigation becoming public, United Health Chairman Stephen Hemsley sold over $102 million of his personally held United Healthcare shares, and Brian Thompson, the CEO of United Healthcare, sold over $15 million of his personal shares, stating that they had purchased United Health common stock stock at an artificially inflated price during the class period and suffered damages as the result of violations of the federal securities laws alleged here. These stock sales and all of this investigation stuff actually happened in 2023, but the truth did not come out about it until February 27, 2024, when the Wall Street Journal reported that the DOJ had reopened its antitrust investigation into United Health. As a result of the disclosure, the price of United Health stock declined by $27 per share, erasing nearly $25 billion in shareholder revenue. In the first part of December, and the CEO of United Health, who made a ton of money off this whole deal by basically inflating and then dumping the stocks, is now dead. I'd be pretty pissed off too. I don't know that I'd go murderous, but I'd be pretty mad.
CEO Brian Thompson was fatally unalive today. This seems to be a great time to look at United Health and their financials. Mind you, Brian Thompson was making approximately $10 million per year. United Health leads in health insurance providers for claimed denials at 32%. In fact, United Health has had a lawsuit about utilizing artificial intelligence to deny claims, critically impacting tens of thousands of those that are chronically ill and needing help. So is United Health stock a buy? This is one of the few that has went up only even during recessions. Annually, United Health earnings has only went up. United Health revenue continues to trend up as well. They've went from approximately $300 billion in profit and approaching $400 billion in profit. So is United Health stock a buy? Feelings to the side. Trend is your friend. If there is a stock that I think is recession proof, which none of them truly are, this would be one of those. You always have a guarantee of more people getting sick. And unless there is major reform in the health insurance industry, these stocks will continue to garner more money. We don't know who the attacker was, but I'll keep you updated as more details of this story come out. Thoughts and prayers.
We're also seeing that United Healthcare is currently in a legal exchange with the U.S. Department with the DOJ. So who does this protect? Who does this enrich by him being out of the paint? Healthcare CEOs are known to receive threats because of what they do. It's healthcare, y'all. Who could be so pissed at this dude to want to take him out at 7 in the morning with a silencer in one of the busiest places in New York City? And the crazy part, he escaped on a bike that was perfectly in his trajectory for him to escape and ride away. Now that's wild. What's crazy too is that he came under fire in last year for establishing a DEI policy which helped minorities and help women get management roles in the company. Now, I'm not sure if that has anything to do with this, but the CEO has a solid history with the company and has served several roles there, including having financial responsibilities too. Now, also, there was a few sources that said that he was an accountant and he worked his way up through that company. So he understands that company on a multitude of levels that most CEOs probably can't even imagine. Now, his wife says that he was receiving threats prior to this and mentions that he could have been receiving threats because of healthcare coverage. Now, America, this is a very intricate case here. Nobody knows exactly why they came at him like this. I think this is multi-layered. But RIP to this man. This is a wild situation, y'all. On those high level of business, you never know exactly what goes on those levels. What kinds of occurrences happen behind the scenes. These guys control millions, billions of dollars. And this dude been with the company for 20 years. You sure to build some relationships and some deep connections at that point. Now, y'all, this situation is insane. And it really does remind me of the Bob Lee situation too. I'm sure that there's a lot of similarities with this. CEO, high-powered company, but it's just like, in the middle of the street like that? America, this stuff is wild. So y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comments, and make sure y'all let me know what y'all think about this. All right, it's the Super Tube. Holla at me, y'all. Yeah.